This question is from heat transfer for 2 marks. Three slabs are joined together as shown in the figure. There is no thermal contact resistance at the interfaces. The center slab experiences a non-uniform internal heat generation with an average value equal to 10,000 watt per meter cube, while the left and right slabs have no internal heat generation. All slabs have thickness equal to 1 meter and thermal conductivity of each slab is equal to 5 watt per meter Kelvin. The two extreme faces are exposed to fluid with heat transfer coefficient 100 watt per meter square Kelvin and the bulk temperature 30 degrees centigrade as shown. The heat transfer in the slabs is assumed to be one-dimensional and steady, and all properties are constant. If the left extreme phase temperature T1 is measured to be 100 degrees centigrade, the right extreme phase temperature T2 is. So we need to calculate the right extreme temperature T2 and its units are given as degrees centigrade. The accepted answer range for this question is 60 to 60. Let's proceed to the solution. So basically there are three slabs which are joined together and the center slab has non-uniform internal heat generation while the left and right slabs do not have any internal heat generation. The thermal conductivities of all the slabs are given. The heat transfer coefficient at the two extremes is also given. So let's proceed to the solution. The first given value is the internal heat generation is Q dot is equal to 10,000 watt per meter cube. Thermal conductivity of all slabs is given as K is equal to 5 watt per meter Kelvin. Heat transfer coefficient at the two extreme faces is also given as H is equal to 100 watt per meter square Kelvin. The next step is, let us try to draw the temperature distribution in these three slabs starting from the left or the left extreme end to the right extreme end. It is to be noted that since the center slab has the non-uniform internal heat generation, that is why the temperature remains maximum in the center slab. So this is the temperature distribution from the left extreme end to the right extreme end. So since we are given with the left extreme end temperature as 100 degrees centigrade, we need to calculate the right extreme temperature as T2 in terms of degrees centigrade. So the next step is we will use the energy balance equation. In the energy balance equation, it is to be noted that heat gained in the center slab will be equal to heat lost by the left and right slabs to the surroundings. So in that case, we can write the heat gained in the center slab as Q dot into V is equal to the heat lost by the left and right slabs to the surroundings, which is T1 minus 30 divided by 1 by HA, which is the thermal resistance of the first slab, which is exposed to a fluid outside, and T2 minus 30 by 1 by HA. This 1 by HA is the thermal resistance of the right slab, which is exposed to a fluid in the surroundings. So simplifying this, we are given with Q dot is equal to 10,000 and volume can be written as area into 1, which is equal to, taking HA in both the terms towards top, we get HA into T1 minus 30 plus T2 minus 30. So simplifying this, we get T2 is equal to 60 degrees centigrade. Therefore, the temperature at the right extreme face of the right slab is 60 degrees centigrade.